Intentional living basically is the idea of getting to know people and making a difference in people's lives. So, in my mind, there's always been these two totally opposite poles in the sense that we've got really rich people and we've got really poor people in our communities. And intentional living, I think, is the concept in getting both of these people together in a sense, combining them and making their worlds form one, if you will. So the idea is basically to get rich people, and by this I really mean monetary value, get these people involved and really making a difference in the lives of people being poorer. Because clearly, in being rich, you've got a lot of money, but you don't necessarily have a lot of time. So whereas being poor, you probably have a lot of time on your hands, but not as much money. So the idea is really basically to get these two people or groups of people together in making a difference. Yes. Well, the future of intentional living, I mean, that's something we can talk about for days, I suppose. But for me currently right now, it's really we're going on a planning weekend, and in this planning weekend we will obviously decide and really pray about what the future of intentional living is. And currently in our hearts is really living the idea of making this a concept that can be just copied in every single city in the country, especially cities with universities. I mean, I think this is a great platform for students to start and making a difference. So I think, in my heart, in essence, really, it's getting this concept of intentional living to grow, and it will grow for different people in different ways. So for me, really, it's just sort of copying and pasting it in different settings.
I think we wanted to develop a concept, and we wanted to try out the possibility of a ministry like this or a concept like this, and we believe that it's still a concept in the making for us, really, but it seems to be working to a certain degree, and we seem to be able to polish it to work to a certain degree, and therefore we will gladly publish whatever we have to enable other people to do it as well. And obviously we know people in a lot of cities, so hopefully this can be a countrywide, worldwide thing.
I really think intentional living is really developing. For 7 months up to this point, we've experienced some great things. I mean, seriously, we've had some interaction by people from both spectrums of the scale. And in 7 months, me as a person, I've totally developed in understanding that people you necessarily think will help will not necessarily help, and people you expect the least from will really come to the party. So it's something that we constantly surprised with. So in thinking about where this is going, and if we look back at what has happened after 7 months, it's almost impossible to really dictate or to plot where we're going in this. We are very excited. We see new things and exciting things happening in this project, and really for us it's getting people involved. That's the long and short, I think, of the whole concept, is really getting people involved in making a difference, and not just a sense of feeling good about ourselves, but then just getting into communities and really making a difference, and not sitting with the frustration and the irritation of people on the street, but actually getting a vehicle in essence to make this difference. So I think that for me is the future, or where I see intentional living going in the next 5 years, is really growing and developing into something that everybody can call his own or her own. So that's basically the long and short of it.